I would leave from my visits with them, they lived 2.5 hours away from where I lived, feeling more alive and a better person and more happy. They gave so much to me. They were also a very traditional, conservative Catholic family. In fact, the couple became more so as the years went on. And there were things that I saw that were also very damaging in a family. They were very much, mom and dad were believers in that nuptial theology. He made the decisions, she followed. And I saw firsthand from the inside out that from one side of her mouth, she was absolutely in embrace of it, coming from a very traditional Catholic family herself. But on the other side of her mouth, full of resentment. Full of resentment, and how that played out in their relationship. I saw how dad treated mom oftentimes, diminishing the value of what she had to offer and say in family conversations. And then I saw her children mimic their dad, roll their eyes at something mom would say and say, "Mom, that was so stupid." And I realized in experiencing that, observing that, how in fact that was the dynamic in my own liberal Democrat upbringing as well. That diminishment of the female figure in the family, it really goes across the spectrum. So fast forward, I leave the priesthood. They're okay with that to some level. I tell them I'm gay. They're okay with that. But I begin dating other men, and they're not very okay with that. And the friendship begins to deteriorate to this day when I see them very little. The godson, whom I saw being born, I just discovered recently, unfriended me on Facebook at some point in the last few months. So he and I'm calling him up. He's in the cities this summer, and I'm calling him up to take him out to dinner, and we'll have a conversation. And I will share with him what a beautiful experience it has been to be connected to that family of his. What a beautiful man he is. And the Fordham professor can be assured he will never see this guy or any of his siblings on the campus at Fordham University. You can imagine what colleges that they are attracted to. But in any case, he's a beautiful young man. And it's a beautiful family that gave me much, but also offered me a window on the damage that can be done in families and on a larger level, the church. And when we get together, I'm going to tell him about my boss, Mary Ann, and her wife, Becky, as I have shared that story to many people in my life since meeting Mary Ann, and their 2 daughters, Finny and Emily, and the witness of those 2 parents, and how it really is taking a village to raise those girls, the village of their Boston Dignity community, and I am sure beyond that community as well. I will talk to him about the divorced and remarried people that I know for whom the separation and the remarriage have been a great grace in their lives and how God works in wonderfully mysterious ways. I don't know if it'll make a difference with Johnny, my godson, but I'm going to have that conversation with him. And I recognize this church is most beautiful in its diversity. That indeed includes this traditional Catholic family that has homeschooled all 7 of their children. And it includes the families that I have come to know and love. And it's why I remain Roman Catholic, the universality and diversity of this beautiful church of ours. So, I'd like to introduce our speakers. Mary Ann Duddy Burke, who is Executive Director of Dignity USA. I'm not going to go through the bio. You have it in your books because we want time for your questions and answers afterward. Anthony Padovano, who was actually a professor of mine one summer and is the father of those 7 children that I just described to you. But please forgive him. And Christine Hayter-Winnett, who it says she is currently the coordinator of Equally Blessed Coalition. She just stepped down, and we are going to miss her greatly. So without further ado, I'd like to invite Mary Ann Duddy Burke to the podium. I'm going to be taking pictures of her because I'm the social media guy at Dignity, so please excuse me.